Yo, it's HeyBroken, and today I'm starting my How to Play with Intention for my viewers series. If you want to be included in the future, hit me up on Discord. My Discord is HeyBroken, or you can hit me up in my Twitter DMs. It'll be $10, and I recommend you send me sets that you win or lose 2-1, so I can give as much information as possible within the 3 games. If you're wondering why I'm doing this in a VOD rather than replay system in Tekken 8 is because the situations and things that I suggest that you do in game, I'd rather you go into that very specific situation within the replay yourself and lab it out yourself rather than me showing you here. So with me making you go and do that yourself, so you don't see it physically, me doing it within the replay, you will then put in more time into labbing it yourself, which then will create the muscle memory for you in your next sets. So as you can see, we have Valkyrie here, and we'll get right into it. Jab into throw, not too bad, not too bad. 4-4-3. Immediately started in the mix-up game with Valkyrie, which is very good for the first game of the set. I don't recommend you throwing out that move like that because it's -12. No punish there. You should duck that down forward 1-4. And I don't, especially with what you just did, 3-4-4, after that move, you're negative, so you just throwing out 4-2-1 like that, -14 is very, very bad, especially because he's in heat at this point in time, so it's very bad that you're just throwing out a very negative move right there in that situation. Good mixes, and you win the round. I would say rather than you outplaying him in this round, it was more you knowledge checking him in this situation. And I think it is very good early on to stop playing with knowledge checks and more trying to outplay your opponent, because the higher you get up, the more you're going to realize that the gimmicks that you're using to rank up no longer work. So keep that in mind. Ultimate tackle, good break while running 2. No break on the throw here. QCF4. Good jab interruption. And I can already, that was a very perfect punish. But I can already tell that you're not using 3+4 and you're not using 3 mix-ups. So Valkyrie has a very, very slow down forward 1 with it being 15 frames. So you have to use 3 as keep out. So you need to use way more 3-1-4, 3-1 down 4, and 3-1-2, or even just 3-1. Because at these ranks, your opponent is not going to duck that string with 3-1. So you using that as keep out, it's so long range for a keep out that it will completely just shut down so many opponents at this level because Valkyrie just has way more reach than a natural character does. While running 3 to catch him as soon as he gets up is very bad because if he tech rolls, as soon as you do that while running 3, you can get launched. So I recommend you not do that in that situation like that. Good whiff punish. And you catch him in between. Down 2. See right here, because this is low ranks, you're going to see a lot of strings be thrown out. You have to learn these strings and know when to punish them or how to punish them. On this last hit, I already watched this through once. He uses this a lot. So when you see someone use a string like this, especially at this level, think that they're going to keep using it, especially because he thinks that you're not going to duck that last hit. You need to keep that in mind that he's going to continue to throw that out. And yes, he does hit you with the 1-2-1, and he does this many more times throughout the set. As soon as you see somebody do something, keep that interaction in your mind and do not let that interaction happen again. Catches you with the throw here while running 2. And you can see when he gets his plus frames, he's liking to throw more strings. No punish there. That was a very bad punish. He doesn't punish either. 1-2-1. And you can see after so many interactions that he's throwing that 1-2-1. So you want to play more defense in these situations after he's getting plus frames and look out for that 1-2-1. and punish it accordingly with up 4-3 or back 2-1. Very good, very good. Again, he throws out that string once again, back 2-4-1. You need to duck and launch that final hit. And again, he hits you with that back 4-2-1 into 1-2-1. This is already the second time that's happened. So again, if you just duck that last hit on that string, you just launch him, and you completely turn the tides of this game. No whip punish. And I see a lot that you just throw out the mixes. Whenever you get uncomfortable, you automatically go back to the flowchart of 1-2 into mix with the string. You need to start using 3-1, 3-1-2, 3-1-4, 3-1 down 4. You need to start using that more rather than the 1-2 mix. Because again, it has more range. It is slower startup with it being 3 frames slower, but it has more range and more versatility. Good whip punish. And good throw. I don't like how you did this interaction here. So you get the throw. And look at how much heat you have here. A full bar of heat. You are low health, but you have heat. So you have multiple Garuda forces. So you need to utilize this heat bar as much as possible. But you try to get him on a pickup here, and you waste your heat. Now you're in a very disadvantage. Run 3, and he hits you with a toe kick. Again, if you play neutral there, rather than trying to get a gimmick, as you're trying to get up off the ground, you will be able to add more mixes and add more potential of a comeback. Think of there being like probability, like for an NFL game of probability of winning. You do wasting your heat bar like that made your probability go way down to win the round.
Final round. Fight.
So again, utilize that heat bar. I know when you get to 1 HP like that, it becomes more stressful. You're just trying to play as fast as possible, but sometimes slow down. Like instead of rushing him on Oki, try to backdash, go backwards, and give yourself time to set up. Again, you have 3-1, you have 3-1-2, 3-1-4. You have these long range moves. So even backdashing, resetting neutral, even if you're at 1 HP, you had a full bar of health, and you could have just really utilized your range to win that round. Again, you're pressing in between that string. You need to be looking for that string and ducking that final hit because of how often he's throwing out that string. Again, you don't duck that final hit because you're not looking for it, but this time he goes for the ultimate tackle and you break it. But I imagine if he did the regular back 4-2-1, you're going to get hit with 1-2-1 once again. Again, a 1-2 mix. Again, you're not controlling the space at all. You're letting him pressure you. You're not using 3 to control the spacing of the match. No, no, no. So on that string right there, that was a very bad punish. Very bad punish. I recommend you just do a wall sitting 4 here to keep it safe, no matter what, because if you, obviously you don't know the frames here in this situation, so I would recommend when you don't know a frames, do your safest option, which is wall sitting 4, and then reset neutral here. Again, you have to duck that final hit, because again, he started with the jab. He started with a move right after that string, so you want to duck that final hit and launch that. Again, you do jab, jab into back 1+2, which is neg 13, which I don't recommend you doing that, especially with how much health you have here. If you're going to throw out a neg 13 move when you have this amount of health, I recommend you just throw out a heat engager like back 3. At this point, you threw out a neg 13 move, so you might as well throw out a neg 14 move with a 4-3. Or just throw out a launcher with down forward 2-3 to try to get a lucky launcher at the end of the round. And you just get out mixed here. Good reaction on the snake edge. Especially for this level, having the reaction on the snake edge is very good. I don't recommend you popping your heat in this manner because look at how much health you have. Look at how much health he has and his recoverable health. I just think popping heat in this situation was very bad. I recommend you just throw out, again, a 3-1 especially. Yeah, just a 3-1. 3-1, or if you want to go low, just do down forward 3 in this situation. I don't recommend, and immediately you use your heat. So first, I recommend that you don't pop a heat burst in that situation. Just do 3-1 or down forward 3. And then don't, at that point, you already popped your heat. Don't waste your heat like you did in this situation. When you have heat, use your Garuda Force. Do 4-2-1-2. Do your Garuda Force gimmicks. Do your charge moves. Don't just waste your heat whenever you have a full advantage in this situation. Because as soon as he blocked that heat smash, the tides instantly turn. Instantly turn. Because Tekken 8 is a very aggressive game. So as soon as you gave up all your Garuda Force, your heat, everything that you just gave up, you immediately put him in the game. Now he can get all this health back. He has a whole bar of heat, and he can immediately switch the tides as soon as he gives his turn back. And he hits you with the throw here. And then Oki, you have to think about the Oki now. So he, with that one throw, he completely changed the tides of the round. Down 2. Try to catch you with the back 4-2. No duck there from him. Again, now he's a good duck here. And good punish. But I want to be very specific on what I say here. So good duck here, right? But the way that you try to keep your aggression. So after you duck that and it doesn't wall splat, you want what you thought was going to happen. I thought that the wall was going to explode with the homing move. So that didn't happen. So when Tekken is such a fast-paced game, right? So as soon as that doesn't wall break, that doesn't wall blast, you want to reset neutral because you're no longer in a headspace where you can predict what next interaction is going to happen because what you thought was going to happen didn't happen. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So you thought the wall blast was going to happen, but it didn't happen. So you can't keep going on aggressive when you don't know what interaction was going to happen next. I hope that makes sense. But in my head, if I'm thinking that the wall blast was going to happen and it didn't happen, I'm not going to keep aggressing because I don't know if my next attack is going to whiff or what's going to happen with my next attack, right? Because you don't know what kind of state your opponent's in. Like, I hope I'm making sense here. But you don't want to keep attacking when you don't know what the game is going to give you. I guess that's the best way I can put it there. Like, don't overextend. Yeah, that's the best way I can say. Don't overextend when you don't know what the game is about to give you. That's the best way I can put it. Again, no whiff punish there. And you can see that he actually got scared. He's like, oh my god. He was waiting on a whiff punish, and he got so scared that he jumped backwards. And here, I don't like this rage art, but it worked. So, I mean, I guess good job, but I recommend just using your Garuda Force first. I recommend using your Garuda Force first because throwing a whole round on a rage art in that situation, like I said, it worked, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Good whip punish. Good mix. And again, you waste your heat. No Garuda Force. You need more 3-1-4 mixes, 3-1-2 mixes, 4-2-1-2 mixes. With your Garuda Force, you need to be utilizing your Garuda Force. You're not doing any charge moves. You're not controlling neutral with your insane range. So I recommend you try to implement more of these Valkyrie moves into your gameplay. Again, if you go for something like that, I recommend that you just go for it. Just go for it, because you could already know that this guy's not going to duck the second hit on while sending 1-4, so you might as well just rip that. 3. And here I recommend you just do up forward 4 or down forward 4-3. You don't want to leave any damage on the table like that. Because after he hits you with this back 4-3, you're in a very bad situation here. You have no heat, no Garuda force, so you have to figure out a way to get out of this pressure. And after he did that, I recommend just jabbing. You try to play defense, but I recommend you try to get a +1 in there, which if you jab and they block it, it's +1, so you can get your turn back. And I just recommend that you did that. But you got this up forward 3 after this wall splat. I think up forward 4 would whiff here in this situation, so I recommend doing down forward 4-3 and then get the rest of this combo. As much damage as you can. Marduk, you don't break it. And you don't break the Marduk again.
Round 3. Fight.
Up forward 3, I don't recommend that you throw this out like this. Again, I recommend you just throw out. If you're trying to catch a timing, I guess this is fine. But again, it's -14, so if they block this, and you're really risking a lot here. Because if they block this, -14, they can do back 4-3, and they're a heat engager, and then you're getting heat blown up. So throwing out a -14 move on round start, I don't recommend doing that. Again, just use 3-1. Just use 3-1 in this situation. And it's even a frame faster at 13 frames rather than this up forward 3 at 14 frames. And again, low risk. Low risk, I wouldn't say high reward, but I mean, it's way safer than just going for a round start up forward 3. I mean, I guess you could call it a high reward because on block, or if you hit it, then you can keep your turn. So it is really a high reward. Keeping your turn in Tekken 8 is very, very important. Trying to catch him on an Oki mix. You got to duck and launch that down forward 1-4. That's a regular interaction. I wouldn't get on you too much about that because punishing that in that situation is very difficult. There is better options you could have chose there, but that happening, I mean, there's really nothing I can really say about that because that happens. Again, so if you're getting thrown like this, I recommend you start throwing in flash ducks. Like if you're far away, when you start backdashing, throw in flash ducks. So hold down back a little bit longer than you would normally, and then start backdashing again, and then hold down back a little bit longer than normally so you can throw in some flash ducks. You want the flash duck to be very quick. You don't want to hold down back for too long because then you can get hit with the mid, right? So you want to flash duck very quickly. When someone's throwing you a lot, you have to start flash ducking. Even if you're in their face, you need to start flash ducking because you want to have a couple frames where you have the invincibility from the throw so you don't get hit with them. Because you're not going to break every single throw. You can watch EWC, you can watch any tournament that's ever happened. You're going to see at least one throw hit. So you're not going to break every single throw, and you need to recognize that. And if you're getting thrown constantly, you need to start ducking. Either ducking more and committing to the duck and looking for the throw and launching, or just throw out flash ducks to just make sure that you don't get thrown. Or reduce, the probability of you getting thrown. Good reaction on the snake edge. I don't know why he's doing that if you're reacting to it. Good up 4-3 with punish. Good break on that. Again, you keep trying to catch his timing with up 4-3, which is way too risky. I recommend you just throw out a 3-1. No punish there. While running 3, very good. Again, you have to start, when you get in those situations, he was already throwing you a lot last round, I recommend you start throwing in those flash ducks. And just throw break training in general because you didn't break one throw. Again, flash ducks, breaking the throws. And again, this throw right here, now this was like the final straw. Like this was so obvious that he was going to do a throw here that, yeah, it was very obvious. So I recommend you just throwing out very, very, either committing to the duck, especially in this situation, which on this throw here, I thought you would commit to the to the duck because you keep getting spam throwed because you're not breaking them, but the throw happens again. And this one is dire because of the floor blast. But yeah, even just in general, I recommend you being trigger happy on the 1+2 break whenever you get locked into a throw animation because of this floor blast. Like more than likely, they're gonna go for this 1+2 to break the floor when they're dragging off. Good duck and good punish. Wasn't launch, and almost every time you did a heat engager, you went for the hell sweep mix. So this was a good block from him, but he didn't launch it. So I recommend you mixing more after your heat engager because you keep doing the same thing after heat engager. And you get jabbed out with fundamentals. That was very good from Kudzu. Jab round start. No break on the throw again. Hatchet. Good whip punish. Down forward 2-3. Very bad combo, but you know what you did wrong there. And I would actually say this before the rest of the sets happen. I've seen you drop a lot of combos, so I would recommend you going in practice mode and just practicing the combos more, because I've seen a lot of drop combos from you in this in these two sets. Good whip punish. Good mix. And yeah. So this right here, if you're Valkyrie, you might as well, after you get into the Garuda mix, you might as well not press anything. Because anything you do, that rage art is going to body you. So the mix-up is better for you to just not do anything. And I would almost recommend every single time you go into Garuda when your opponent's in heat. I would recommend almost every single time to not do anything. And this was very bad. Again, like I said, the first time you did that rage art, that time it worked, but this time it didn't. I just don't like this option of trying to catch a timing with a rage art. Just gambling the whole round on a rage art is just not worth it. Just go back to playing neutral and just play it that way. He is in heat, but again, just I would rather not bank a whole round on a rage art in that situation. Good throws. Man, throws work a lot in these ranks. 4-4-3 to end the round. Again, you're still catching timings with 0-4-3, and you're in Bushin, so this is working out a lot. But the problem with these low ranks, it puts in your head that these are good strats. Like, catching a timing with up 4-3 is not a good strat, especially at a certain point. So what keeps you hard stuck is you thinking that these strats are good because they work, but they're not good strats. So I recommend you, again, using 3-1-4, 3-1-2, 3-1 down 4, and things like that. If you're trying to catch a timing with mid. And you want to stay safe. If they block that, that's -14. Bad wall ender. Again, bad wall ender. Oh, that was a very bad combo. Like I said, I recommend you just labbing more combos. Not labbing more combos, but practicing the combos. Because Valkyrie, he actually, when I first picked him up, doing the cancels is actually very annoying. Because I didn't quite understand the timing of the cancels and things like that. But now, I understand it, so it's easier. But, like, that's my point. Just practice the combos a little bit more. Good duck, but again, you're late. And after you roll over him, I don't think you meant to do that, but after you roll over, you might as well mash 1-2-1-2 or 1-1-1-1 or 2-2-2-2-2-2. You might as well, especially at his health, you might as well just go for that. There's no reason why you should have just let him get up like this. That was a good one. That was very good. But again, another drop combo. That was very good. Now this time you get the combo, but the way you're stepping that and launching is very beautiful, I will say. Oh man, this guy dropped the combo, mate. Nice. But I don't recommend, especially at his health, like, and your health, like, you might as well not, like, risk it like that, because that's minus 13. He can get a punish and immediately switch the tides. Like, there's no reason for you to risk your life like that. And again, he keeps throwing out that string. You have to duck that final hit, and you can see that he mashed out the 1-2-1 like he did in the first game or the second game. You can see that he immediately mashed out because it kept working. But after you don't duck that last hit of the string, and after you finally block this 1-2-1, you might as well punish this with the up 4-3 or back 2-1. Which here you punish with the 1-4, which is pretty good. But there's not enough frames for you to throw out a long move like back forward 4. I wouldn't. After 1-4, I mean, I guess you could 3-1. But again, you have to spam 3-1. You have to spam 3-3-1 mixes. You have to spam that. I'm not seeing enough of that. And you have to, instead of catching timing with up forward 3 as well, you should catch timing with 3+4 to get a counter hit launcher.
Round 3. Fight.
1-2 mix. And I want to preface, like, winning or losing these matches to me does not matter. It's all about getting better. It's all about getting better. To me, I don't care if you win or lose these sets. It's all about getting better. No throw break. No throw break once again. And the fire. The fire. The fire. That was a very bad combo ender from him. He could have killed you, but it's okay. It's okay. He gives you a chance. Marduk, and you don't break the Marduk. You know what's crazy? Every single throw he's actually hit you with. Whether it was the Marduk or the regular throws, he's actually hit you with every single throw. Good mixes from him. But after he hits that, you have to step right on this sneak 4 here. Like, every time he goes into sneak, you should be looking for that side step right launch on the sneak 4. Like, as soon as you launch it once, he's not going to do that sneak 4 no more because the +6 isn't worth getting launched. Again, no break on the throw. 1-1, pretty good. And you go for the 1-2 mix. Again, you dash up here and do a move when I recommend you keeping your space and just throw out a 3-1. 1-1. Again, very bad. You use your plus frames to throw out a very negative move like that. I don't recommend you. And even just doing 4-2-1, there's not even that big of a reward for that. At this point, you might as well throw a launcher down 4-2-3 for your reward. And I don't like how you punish this with the Rage Art here. You should have just punished with down 4-2-3. Because now, after this Rage Art, he didn't even take that much damage. And look at the Oki. Look how far you are. This guy can do anything. Here, you pop heat, but, like, it's just not worth it. That Rage Art, with where it left you and how much damage that he took, you're in a very disadvantaged situation rather than if you just punished it correctly, launch punish, and took him to the wall and then have wall Oki after. You could have popped heat as well in between the combo, and you could have had your heat mixes. You just would have been in a very advantageous position if you just launched it regularly, then launched with the Rage Art. And here, him staying on the floor completely like fucked him over. Like, I don't know why he stayed on the ground like this. There was no point in him standing on the ground like this. Yeah, he literally threw the game away standing on the ground. So, like, it looked like that was a good option from you, Rage Arting, but it wasn't because he just stayed on the ground. Like, at the higher, that might have worked in Bushin, But bro, as soon as you get in the higher levels, that no one's doing that. No one's standing on the ground like that to just die.
Fight.
Again, it's like these lower ranks, it puts these bad ideas in your head that things that work are actually good ideas, but they're not good ideas. Again, you start with the 1-2 mix rather than starting with 3. What I guess it's not that bad, bro. This went right through his mask, bro. What the hell? Foot to the face, that Shawn Michaels shit. But yeah, I just recommend you starting with 3 rather than 1-2 mix. Again, you keep going. You're more just like gimmicking. Like you're just throwing out strings to knowledge check. Where it's just not gonna work. If you get in the higher ranks, it's just not gonna work. So I recommend you stop throwing out mixes like that because they block low. That's minus 15. You're getting launched. So that's just a very bad habit to just have in your arsenal. Again, he low parries this, which is better to just damage with the Shining Wizard there. So bad combo from him, which is funny saying bad combo when he only has to do 1 move, but it's still bad combo. Again, you use your plus frames to throw out a minus 13 move, which is a very, very bad option. The risk reward is not good there. Again, I recommend you just throwing out down forward 3-2 or 2-3 if you're gonna just waste your turn like this. No punish there from him. Again, very bad move there. I don't recommend you just throwing out. You're just throwing out very negative moves. You need to just stay more safe. 3-1, 3-1-2. You just need to stay more safe. And you just got cooked by that.
Round 2. Fight.
That was very good. The 3 checks, that was very good. But after you did like 2 or 3 in a row though. After you did one, because people don't like blocking, especially in these blue ranks, people don't like blocking. After the second 3, you might as well commit to a string. It's way too risky to just do this. 1, 2. Yeah, the second time, and this goes to show, people don't like blocking. He instantly goes for a throw. He does not want to block. So you might as well the second time. The first time, just throwing out 3 and then doing 3 again, you should have did 3-1-2 or 3-1-4 or something like that. Because immediately he doesn't want to block. Again, you use your frames to throw out another negative move, which I don't recommend you doing these flowcharts at all. I recommend you stop doing that right now because that's a very bad habit to have. Because you're getting lucky. You're doing this because the people at these ranks, they don't punish it. But what happens when you get into the higher ranks? You're going to be hard stuck forever because of your bad habits. Because you're going to start running to people that do punish your frame giveaways, I'll just say. Again, no punish there. So in your head, you'll keep doing things like that because you're not going to punish for it. So of course you would just keep doing that. Nobody's punishing it. But that's how you can stay hard stuck forever.
Round 3. Fight.
That was a very good back 3. But I will say, and again, after heat engager, you go for a hell sweep, but it's a new set. But still, you have this flowchart in your head where after you get a heat engager, you go for immediate hell sweep. But I was going to say, after you hit that beautiful back 3, you start spamming back 3. It's like you found something that worked, and you're just like, I'm just going to keep spamming it. See, again, you use the back 3. Again, the back 3, which that one wasn't bad because you got a whiff punish. And then he smashed into wall break. Let's see the combo. Again, I recommend that you just practice the combos a little bit more because this damage on the table, you could have killed him. You could have killed him. So like things like that just completely sells games. No punish there. Good charge up. Let's go for the mix. Nice mid. Nice miss. Good throw. He gets the break. Toe kick. You're actually doing a very good job, but it's like as soon as you play neutral, you do something dumb. Like as soon as you play neutral, you're like, wait a second, I don't know how to play neutral. So you start like just throwing out random moves. Like you'll throw out up 4-3, like recently you just keep throwing out up 4-3, but as soon as you play a little bit of neutral, you just do the 1-2 mix-up string, or you just do up 4-3, or just something that's just ruining your game. Good throw break there. That was the first throw break. I tipped that. No throw break there. And he hits you on the ground. Rip.
Round 1. Fight.
3+4. That was very good. Very good move selection, especially at the round start doing 3+4 like that, because if you backdash and you do 3+4, you can catch after the first second. When people don't see someone attack, they think that it's their time to attack. But you doing 3+4 is very good in that situation because you can catch a timing very easily. Which then running up and doing a slow move, 18 frames, 3+4, I don't recommend doing that. Running up and then doing 3+4 because a lot of people, when they see someone approaching them, they get scared. Oh, you're approaching me. I had to throw in that JoJo reference. Sorry about that. But good back 3. After that back forward 4, I think that was good going for 3+4 once again. That was a very good duck, good punish. Wasting your heat there because there's no reason to do that. But this was a good Gruda force. Oh, no launch there from him. Very bad punish. I'm pretty sure that's -11. I think in Tekken 7 this was -12, but in Tekken 8 it's -11. I had to throw that knowledge for some reason. Oh, no throw break this time on the giant swing. Good tech though. And in this situation, he's in heat. I would recommend you just staying back, waiting for the heat smash to step it. Either commit to the step, get the timing, commit to the step, then launch, or just eat the heat smash and wait for the mix and then play neutral from there, from that point on. Because every king player in this situation is just going to throw out the heat smash. They're not going to do anything else, trust me. No matter the rank, no matter which rank I'm talking about, they will just throw out that heat smash in this situation. So I recommend you either wait for the timing and step and launch to win the round, or just eat the heat smash, eat the mix after, and hope that you reset neutral to win the round. That was a very good whip punish. Very good combo too. That shoulder to pick him up on the wall when you're that close. That was good. But very bad wall combo after. It was like damn, I actually did that. That was very good. And then you just drop the wall combo after. But that was a very good shoulder to get extra damage rather than like running forward, pushing him towards the wall, popping E, and then doing the combo because you got more damage off the shoulder. But you messed up the wall combo after. 1-1. Damn. Popping heat. Popping heat here in this situation is not a bad idea. Very good idea, actually. And I would go low in this situation. What you did right there, popping heat, then going for the mix, that's exactly what I would have done in this situation. And going low. I love to end my rounds with lows. Like, it's a very bad habit I have, but I love going low at the end of rounds. Oh, that time you got a little greedy. A little greedy that time. But this time you're doing the 3-1 mixes, so this is very good. -14, that last hit, but it's okay. Sorry about that. Again, you could have got a better wall combo than that. And doing wall crouch down 4-2, wall crouch down 4-2 into 1-1 is very good. Because as soon as you do the second wall crouch down 4-2 and them being at this health, they start panicking. So just mashing 1-1 is not a bad idea there. And you just going for the throw to end the round. Not that bad, not that bad. 1-1. Damn, he tried to go for the hard combo. I tipped that. Nice. Now you got Garuda Force. One thing that I don't like about your Valkyrie gameplay is you do not utilize Garuda Force at all. Like, you barely do any charges, and you don't do any 4-2, 1-2 at all. Which I would recommend you do that more, way more. And again, you wasted your heat in this situation like you did in the first set. You need to utilize your heat better. Like either spamming 4-2, 1-2 or spamming the charge moves. You need to utilize your heat way more than just throwing out the heat smash. And again, just utilizing the Garuda Force way more. Throw break. Late punish. And you're gonna gimmicked. Oh, you blocked it. No punish though. While running 3 whiff into the heat smash.
Final round. Fight.
That was a good set from him. It's like as soon as you seen him gimmick with the 10-hit, you're like, all right, I'll start my gimmicks. As soon as you've seen him try to do that throw, like I don't know if I would have done this. This might be hindsight, but after he tries to pick you up off the ground, immediately whiff punish that shit. I think that would catch me off guard, and I wouldn't whiff punish. But I'll just say for hindsight that I would have punished that shit, which I don't think I would have. I'm saying that to troll. But again, you waste your heat. As soon as I make a joke, you're wasting your heat. You pop heat into heat smash. Very bad. Very bad. Again, utilize your heat more with Garuda Force. 4-2-1 that hits. It's a mix. It's like the only way you ever use Garuda Force is if you just do down 4, 3+4. That's the only time you ever use Garuda Force. And again, every time your opponent's back towards a wall, you always go for the throw. This was a very good rage art here. That was a very good rage art.
Round 1. Fight.
Damn, he's playing. This David Bowie guy is playing very good neutral right here.
Round 1.
Like, I actually couldn't tell if this was the John Bra Pro or fucking like Lil Majin, bro. Look at the way he played neutral right here. Down 4-1. Down 4-1. Down 4-2. Like, down back 3. While running 3. Bro, this might be Lil Majin on a Smurf. He's literally so far playing this round perfectly. Into wave dash. Minus 14. Again, you should not try to be catching on timing with up 4-3. Again, you just threw out another minus 13 move, even though you have no health. I don't recommend you doing that. You might as well throw out a launcher at that point.
Round 2.
And in that situation, I recommend you just pop heat burst. Honestly, it's the safest option, and make sure you don't get stepped, but no punish there. Get back 3 that time. Finally, 4-2-1-2. Finally. And why that move is so good because, first of all, at these ranks, people get cooked by that. And second of all, the plus frames after. Get back 3. But again, you start spamming it. Good throw break here. Yeah, in that situation, as soon as you see him run towards you, bro, spam that fucking heat smash button. That was a good job here. Here, I would recommend you do down forward 3. Like, he's just not blocking low in these situations, but you keep going for this throw, or for throws, and that's how it worked. But in this situation, that looked like forward 3, I recommend you just do down forward 3. Like, don't, if you're that close to somebody, don't use forward 3, just use down forward 3. Like, it's not worth getting launched just to do a slower move. Like, make sure you do the fastest option if your opponent's back towards the wall, because most likely, especially at their health, they're panicking, so they're going to mash out moves. So don't do a slow move like 4-4-3 like that in that situation. That was a good 4-4.
Round 3. Fight.
Again, this might be low margin. Like, at the start of rounds, this guy is a demon. And then it goes to the middle of the round, and he just turns into a blue ring. Like, as soon as the round starts, you would think that this is Brawl Pro. No bullshit. Nice. Oh, he stepped that. Yeah. A lot of people, when someone pops heat burst, the opponent also loves to pop their heat burst. And so many times, I wish there was some type of statistics for it. But when someone pops heat, the person who pops heat first, they will step. And if you pop your heat burst, you're getting stepped. Like, I wish there was statistics because I swear that interaction has happened a trillion times. Like, if your opponent pops heat first, and then you want to pop your heat, you might as well step to either side to track them. Because they will step after they pop heat first. 1-1. This was so good. I remember this. This option you did right here was so perfect to me. That was horrible. Once again, the first time that guy rage-arted you, you shouldn't have committed to an option. But this right here. After the 1-1, he's so negative, you don't waste your turn with 4-2-1. You do up 4-1, and you get like a +6 here. And this guy is panicking. You jab, keep your turn, +1, and then you do 4. I wish you only did the first hit, but you know you committed to it, which I guess whatever. You still won the round, but like you played that so well. Besides the ender of the 4-2-1, you should have just did 3-1 to keep it safe. 1-1, and I can already tell you're starting to pick up the pace, but again, you keep using your plus frames to throw out a random move, and it'll be -13 to 14, which is a horrible habit once again. 1-1, back 3 that time, and this time it works, but again, this is such a bad habit to have. Like, you will continue to be hard sucked if you keep throwing out these -13 moves in these situations. Like, a person who's not scared to play defense will just cook you by holding back and punishing. Like, a lot of people in the lower ranks, they just kill themselves. Like, it's not even that they're losing to someone way better than them. It's just they're killing themselves. Like, they just keep throwing out negative moves. See, another negative move. You just kill yourself, but you're not going to punish for it, so you just continue to do it. That was a good 4-2-1-2, and a good jab out to win the round. And good jabs to end the round. But yeah, so for the most part, I think your Valkyrie ROM, you need to work around that spacing. You need to do more mixes. Don't do the hell sweep after a hit engager. Like, or you can do it, but make sure you switch up your options after hit engager and don't just do the same flowcharts. When your opponent is back towards the wall, don't spam throw. Make sure you mix up your options. Don't just keep doing the same thing every single time. When every single time that you have plus frames, don't throw out a -13 or 14 move. But Other than that, I mean, not bad. It's just the flowcharts, bro, and the punishment, and the controlling spacing, and being scared to play neutral. Which it sounds like I'm now saying everything's wrong, but I promise you that's not what I'm saying. But just know that playing neutral is okay. Make sure you do more 3-1 mix-ups. Make sure you don't do the same flowcharts. Just keep watching this video over and over and over and learn your bad habits, because right now it feels like if we played, I would be able to call out what flowchart you're about to do in which situation just from watching these 2 sets. But yeah, so I think just the punishment needs to be better. Knowledge of frames, knowledge of strings needs to be better. Actually, your knowledge of strings was pretty good. It was more just the punishment of the strings. Yeah, just the flowcharts, the punishments, and throwing out negative moves whenever you have any type of plus frames. So yeah, I hope this helped you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.